What it do, boy?
Hey, what it do, Thunder?
Not much, dude. I'm so tired of your freaking computer illiteracy, not being able to figure this shit out. But it's all good. We are here back again, episode 46, I believe.
46, man. And every time we have a new episode, though, you can tell one more piece of my equipment's new. I mean, look at this mic.
Yeah, man.
Look at this camera, dog.
Upgrading as time goes on, which is great. I don't know what you got in the back. Is that a little audio mixer up there at the top?
Oh, hell yeah, dog.
Hey, there you go. Maybe one day you'll have a better setup than all of us, you know?
I'm thinking so, man. I got it all here. I just, I've never been able to read the instructions well. So right now I'm just posing.
It's all good. It's all good. But anyways, back again, episode 46 of Over the Octagon podcast. And when I tell you last week was one of the best fight nights we've had in quite some time, that shit was a banger, dude.
Dude, they're coming out with these fight nights for the end of the year. I mean, the past couple ones have been fucking decent. This one was great.
This one was great. The next one's This last one though was almost, I think we said it last week. It was like if you put a championship card on, like a championship fight as the main event, it could have been a pay-per-view.
Oh, definitely, dude. I mean, and we had some fan favorites on this one. We've had over the Octagon favorites on this one.
Oh yeah,
coming in through the clutch, dude. I fucking enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know Murky had his local guy Sean Brady coming through with a big dub. So I mean, it was all around good for the Over the Octagon crew when it came to who we wanted to win. So not much wrong with that. But we can kind of break it down and talk a little bit about it. We could start in the prelims because the prelims also had a few fights on there that were pretty fucking good. I mean, you had Cody Brundage getting the upset, dude. He wasn't the favorite. I think he came in as the underdog, getting the first round slam TKO. Speaking of slam TKOs, this was the first time I think since 2001 where a card had two slam TKOs in one bout, and this just happened to be back to back.
Dude, and I was thinking of that stat. I was like, dude, probably the first two back-to-back slam knockouts in like a 6-month time like thing. Like, dude, that doesn't happen anymore.
No,
you'd get like one a year,
yep.
Twice a year. You just got two on the same card on a fight night. Like, get out of here.
Two same card back to back as well. And one thing that really pissed me off about that, which is kind of funny, is I saw Rampage tweet about this, and he basically called out Daniel Cormier because Daniel Cormier said like, oh, this is something like, actually, I want to find that tweet real quick and see exactly what he said, because it kind of pissed me off being that I'm such a big Rampage fan. Rampage called out DC and said, I'm going to tell you exactly what it says. Where's it at? Rampage.
DC says some stupid shit that needs to get checked a lot.
All right. He said, how is Daniel Cormier, don't know if I spelled that right, gonna say he's never seen this before? Is he new to the MMA? Did he only start watching with the UFC, or did he not watch Pride FC? I need him to come on my podcast and talk.
His podcast is doing well too.
I mean, you gotta. That means Rampage, dude. I would sit there and listen to Rampage all day long. If you remember back in the Ultimate Fighter, he was pure entertainment.
He is, dude. He's saying, if you watch his podcast, he's saying there's going to be a comeback of sorts. I'm not sure what it is, but
for him,
I mean, yeah,
I don't know about all that, but
just to see him do something. I mean, dude, he was in that 2-person, 1 pair of pants fighting fucking TV show.
Oh, the circus fights.
He did that. He did that with like Bob Sapp, another legend.
That shit was awesome. But it's like, come on, DC, like slam knockouts. Rampage is the originator of the slam page, dude. That's what truly got me into the UFC, or to watching MMA, was watching Pride FC and seeing shit like that. And that's how Rampage became one of my favorite fighters, was when he fought Arona, right?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people. Yeah, that he's done that too, dude. He's insane, man. And when he did it in Pride, he would lift you up all the way in the air,
like a powerbomb.
Repeatedly.
Yep.
That's somebody who's creating their whole entire signature move right there. Like, you were able to create back then, and he fucking did it till I had to get disqualified for giving people permanent brain injuries. But whatever.
But now we're seeing it in the UFC again. We see two back to back. Like, that's shit you just don't see. And that's another thing about like kicking someone while they're down, not like kicking them illegally, but like using your legs while people are down. You can kick people in the body. You can knee in the body. I don't understand why it's not utilized a lot more in the UFC. Like it blows my mind.
Yeah, man. Like you would see little, Asian fighters do that a lot overseas. They would sit there, they'd be throwing kicks at your thighs while you're on the ground, like punching you in random spots.
Yep.
Everyone try to put this UFC MMA into science where you can only do this, one punch it, you counters like this. People stop getting weird, and it's coming back now again.
I agree, and I think we need to start seeing more slams because obviously they work.
Oh, dude.
So, I mean, but hell of a 1, 2, 3 TKOs back to back in the prelims, and then Miesha Tate. I mean, she looked great, dude. I mean, I ain't gonna say she's back, but I mean, Miesha Tate looked good. I think we should see. I think they should set up Holly Holmes, Miesha Tate 2. Maybe throw that bitch on UFC 300.
Oh shit. Let that be the first fight of the night, but yeah.
Or the prelim. Like,
yeah.
I mean, maybe it headlines the prelims or one of the prelim fights on the card. I'd love to see it.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Miesha Tate's cool.
Yeah, I mean, she was a champ. So, I mean, can't really take that away from her, but hell of a win by her. She looked great. The prelims, like I said, prelims are awesome, but the main card itself all around, I think you can't go wrong with it. I mean, you started out the night, the rear naked choke. He was an underdog as well, pulled off a crazy win. Soriano didn't look that great, dude.
No, not at all. I was not impressed by that fight. I'm sitting there. I didn't think he was going to lose, though, at all.
He got outclassed.
I thought Soriano could be like a good middleweight. I really believed that, but no, I didn't know who Dustin was before this fight. I'm gonna be real with you, at all.
Well, you know now.
Yeah, and he impressed me. He was sick, and then going straight into the other one, bro. Clay Guida. I mean, come the fuck on.
I mean, he is literally. If somebody asked me, say like, give me 3 fighters to go back and watch of who a true fighter in the UFC is, I'm going to tell them to go watch Clay Guida. The guy is a literal, like, he's built all around for the sport. That's what he does.
Dude, no quit in him, man. And he's the type of person that he has a fighting chance to beat anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if he's going against a guy that's going to completely outclass him in every aspect, well, guess what? That 5th round, that dude might get tired, and Clay Guida will not get fucking tired.
It's so crazy to me that he's that old, and he just doesn't get tired at all, dude.
Dude, did you see him turn up? Like, while they're rubbing the wax on his head, he's like, hold on, stop. Breathe.
Yeah, he always does, dude.
No. Like, no.
I love it, man. I love it. Like I said, Clay Guida is the definition of what a true UFC fighter is, man. He deserves, to me, he's Hall of Fame. I think without a doubt, you got to put that guy like that in there, whether he was a champion or not. You put him in there because just who he was as a fighter and what he did for the sport is much deserving of a guy who should be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
Definitely.
I lost you for a second. Oh, there you go. Okay, you're back.
Oh, I was like, not this new mic, not today.
No.
But I was like, what I was saying was, even if he never got a belt, he did do something else that shook the world. In my opinion, he may have the best fight of all time against Diego Sanchez.
Yeah, man. And then that's another fight. You could tell someone, hey, tell me a fight. Like you're talking like a Robbie Lawler, fight when that fight he got into where they were bloodied up. You look at a Clay Guida fight, same scenario. You tell them, hey, this is a guy you want to watch fight.
Any fight, any fight. And they said it was like a 60-something fight that time, that night.
Yeah.
He didn't retire though, right?
He did not retire.
Fucking sick.
He's coming back for 300, guarantee it.
Oh my god. Maybe like him versus Jim Miller.
Jim Miller versus Clay Guida. I'd say lock it in, UFC.
Loser retires.
Or just we could see another like cry moment where UFC fans just like, damn it, we just lost 2 legends.
Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah.
I thought Clay Guida may have won that fight, man.
I mean, I'm telling you, man.
I ain't even lying to you, dude. 29-28 is a close call, and it was definitely a close fight. I
It
don't know
was,
about a
man.
unanimous decision. I mean, there was times where Guido was taking him down with ease, dude.
Yeah, dude, he was, man. At one point, like Silva looked extremely gassed, dude. And I mean, Clay Guida was he would shoot and shoot for takedowns at fight to the point.
11 attempted takedowns.
By Clay Guida.
Yeah, and he only got two
Oh,
of them, but he still had he had 4.5 minutes of control time, which is
Hey, man.
awesome.
He's the type of person that's going to shoot on you relentlessly. That's what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, on paper it doesn't look good, but the number wise.
But it wasn't like
he.
it wasn't like he got outstruck that bad either. I mean, he only got outstruck by 20. What is that? 22 significant strikes.
Oh wow.
So not terrible. But yeah, man, he's always awesome to see. If you don't like Clay Guida, then fuck you.
Yeah, you
Plain
got
and
it.
simple.
We don't need you to watch.
You're
it.
more
We can
than
do it for
likely a
you.
Khabib fan.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. I'm
Just saying.
glad he didn't retire. There definitely is some dog still in him. It's so weird seeing him with this new short hair, but I mean, he's, he's Clay
you know,
Guida.
I don't know if you want to fuck with long hair Clay Guida.
No.
That's a menace to society.
Dog, that dude is. I want to have a conversation with him. He kind of reminds me of Sean Schubert, even though they're not related or anything like that.
It kind of reminds me of you.
For real?
Yeah.
I'll take that all day, dog.
Imagine an old nasty just never giving up, fighting to the finish until he met me. Then I booked that ass.
Motherfucker.
Got his ass, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. But anyways, for real, living legend in itself, Hall of Famer in my eyes. I don't care what anybody says. He deserves every bit of credit he got. So, and then now we're getting to the good shit, man. Sean Brady, Kelvin Gastelum. This one really shocked me, man. I thought Gastelum was going to come out and show, what we saw when he fought in like an Izzy or the Kelvin Gastelum before the injuries. And then we had Sean Brady, but I think a lot of people forgot to realize that Sean Brady was undefeated until he lost to Bilal Muhammad. He was not. Yeah. He was a fucking problem. And guess what? He is still a problem.
Dude, he's got hands.
He's good, dude.
Yeah, overall, I thought he was good. He was 100% on his takedowns.
Yep.
The dude was throwing great. Like, there's nothing that he could do wrong this fight, man. And
he outclassed Kelvin Gastelum tenfold, dude.
Definitely did.
So I'm super curious as to what's next for him. I mean, you got to give him a good fight next, like a really good fight. I know Gastelum's a really good fight, but like, you got to give him something good. Let's get Sean Brady right in the mix. And I know he called out Ian Gary and said, "I'll end that little punk."
Dog, when he said that, homie, what?
I mean, and to be honest, 5 for 5 on takedowns against a guy like Gastelum who's tall. I don't know, man. And Brady's got power.
Brady does have power.
Yeah. So if he can avoid just the technicality of Ian Gary, he might put up a fight.
Well, I mean, Sean Brady's number 7 now. Ian Gary's number 10. Sean Brady's willing to say, "I will fight him now," instead of fighting another higher ranked opponent. And that's saying something. It'd be a good money fight. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, it might be what Ian Gary gets next. I mean, who's Ian Gary's next fight? Vincent Luque, right?
I think so, yeah.
And Luque is what is Luque ranked?
9.
9.
So
okay.
Just one ahead of him, yeah.
So give Brady some rest. We get Ian Gary in the next week, and then we get Sean Brady, Ian Gary.
I would love Stephen Thompson to fucking put a clinic on with Ian Gary and say old school versus new school. Who's going to take the torch?
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen because they're fighting on the same card.
Yeah.
But I want to see somebody end Ian Gary, and I would love to see Sean Brady do it, especially after what I just saw.
He looked tight, dude.
So I ain't mad at it. I'd love to see that. And then the next one, Rob Font, Davison Figueiredo. Talk about coming up a weight class and looking phenomenal. Dude, Davison Figueiredo might make a run in that division, dude. He looked good.
He has all the tools to do it, man. This guy's an ex-champion, dude. And I feel like he got put under the spotlight a lot this year.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think he was a what? two-time champ. He won he won, then lost, then won again, then lost. So he was a flyweight, two-time flyweight champ. And I think he defended once, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, man, he's a fucking beast. And you got people in that bantam champ, that weight class, that like, is Henry Cejudo still fighting? I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
And he's still active. He still wants to scrap.
Well, I think they're looking right now to do Merab versus Cejudo.
No way.
Which will be really good because Merab, I'm sorry, but Merab ain't taking fucking Henry Cejudo down like he did Piotr Jan.
Fuck no.
That ain't happening, dude. You ain't taking down an Olympic gold medalist like that.
That'd be fucking beautiful, a beautiful fight to watch. I would love that as wrestling fans. Ooh.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I was super surprised of how good he looked. I mean, 30-27 Rob Font, like it was nothing. Rob Font still is. I mean, he's a good fighter. I was actually very impressed by Davison Figueiredo though. Like I think he really could be a problem in that division, and I think he's 8 now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like still like he should have been ranked higher, and I'm just saying that just because like you got Kamaru Usman going up a weight class, he's still one of the best ever, and he's like not really that highly ranked, right? And then but when what's his name, Alex Pierre does it, instantly gets great treatment.
Well, he was also the champ.
Yeah.
So I mean, you gotta. Yeah, I mean, but Usman went up and immediately fought Hamzat on a short notice, though. So
yeah, I don't know, man.
Who knows? But anyways, that was a great fight in all. I would love to see him kind of make a run. I don't know what's next for him though. I think this whole division, the welterweight, I mean the bantamweight right now, it's kind of on pause until they can figure out all the injuries and shit going on in there. Because there's a couple people in front of him that are injured, right? Or not fighting at the moment.
There's some in front of Figueiredo.
Yeah, Cejudo.
No,
Sandhagen.
Pretty much booked. I mean Sandhagen, I guess, but Sandhagen needs to get the shot
and
next.
Cheetah Vera's facing Sean O'Malley, so it's like there's a lot of different shit going on in that weight class. So 2024 is going to be after the Cheetah Vera Sean O'Malley fight. I think a lot of things are going to kind of get shooken up in there, depending on the outcome of that fight. So we'll have to see.
We'll see Sandhagen finally get a shot for sure.
I hope so, man. Maybe
we'll see it.
Maybe we see Sandhagen versus Biggie.
Oh damn!
I don't know. We'll have to see because I think Cheetah Vera loses Sean O'Malley.
I hope he does.
I think he does. Which if he does that, then I think you take the credit away from him. He stays about 10, and I think you keep it that way. So, but anyways, on to the co-main: Jalen Turner, Bobby Green. As the Over the Octagon podcast would say, all the homies love Jalen Turner, baby. But we love Bobby Green too. Don't get me wrong. We fuck with Bobby Green, but we were rooting for Jalen Turner, and boy, did he impress the shit out of us. And I know you're going to say it. That was a late stoppage, bro. That was probably one of the worst stoppages I've ever seen in the UFC.
Bro, that dude should be fired.
100%.
That was fucked up. I loved the fight. I loved the outcome. I wanted Jay. I didn't know it was going to be like that though. That whole entire fight. It was Bobby Turner, Bobby Green was hot. I mean, super hot lately. But I was like, dude, this is at the end of Bobby Green's career right now. Why is he catching the smoke from? And then you got Jalen Turner. We called him stepping up and doing it. That'd be sick if Jalen Turner does it. He did the damn thing. Fucked him up. Stoppage was crazy, but dude, Jalen Turner is that guy.
He's back, dude. I'll be honest. I would hate to see Dan Hooker, Jalen Turner too.
Please run that back.
You got to, dude. It was such a good fight, like down to the wire. Something was up with Turner in that fight. He got gassed, but like that was a war.
That was a sick fight, dude.
So it's like I'd love to see that ran back. They're probably not going to do it, but I'd love to see it.
Oh yeah, and I don't know what's next for Bobby Green, man. I'm sitting there. I was like, shit. I could see Bobby Green do something crazy. I could see him be the champ of PFL.
Shit.
Anybody I could see him go take that
champ.
Paycheck. See him go get that paycheck somewhere.
He might. To be honest, he may retire, man. He may.
He's got the hype around his name still right now. He has his social media presence. has been crazy lately. He was on Rampage's.
I was about to say,
Jackson
imagine you
podcast.
put Rampage and Bobby Green on a podcast together.
Have you seen the one they did together?
I haven't, no.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was real good. Oh, dude, Bobby Green said some weird shit on it, and Rampage was like, "Man, what you say? What you say?"
Imagine those two just doing a normal like a weekly show like me and you. Those two guys. But no, I don't know what's next for Bobby Green, to be honest, and I don't think anybody does. You just don't really know. I mean, you take a knockout like that of that caliber, and then, dude, his chin is definitely done.
Oh fuck yeah, it is, man.
Like, you get your ass beat like that, and I respect Jalen Turner for not like stopping, because it's not his responsibility to stop. It's the ref's responsibility to call the fight, which the ref should have called it when Bobby went down and Jalen hit him 2 more times. It should have been called, but he got knocked out twice.
Yeah, that was fucked. That whole everyone, a lot of people have been excited for. They think one of the best. This division switching up till next year is that's how lightweight was going to be empty for a while. There's some people on their way out, dude. But like, you have Benoit Saint Denis, who I want to come out there and I want him to fight Rafael Fiziev.
Yep.
I want that to be a fucking banging war. I want to see that. Then you see Jalen Turner gets to go against, maybe the guy who headlined this fight and lost.
Yep.
And that's Benio Dariush. So, I mean, put him out. If you give Jalen Turner that fight next, let's go.
Yeah, and we can get into that fight. I mean, Tsarukyan, very impressive win. You're not going to take credit from him. His after comments and all the shit he said after the fight was over, I do not like the guy at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you heard what he said about Bobby Green, right?
What did he say about Bobby
He
Green?
was like, he said it in the post conference. He was like, I found so much joy in watching his head bounce off the canvas like that.
He said that.
Yeah.
You saw their little scuffle that they got into before? That was some pussy shit. He rolled up on Bobby Green by himself.
Mm-hmm.
What a bitch. I don't like him, dude. We covered one of his fights recently. Forget what it was, dude. And I was not a fan of this dude. I haven't been the whole year. I know he called out Islam afterwards.
Yeah, because he's the only one to ever go the distance with Islam.
Yeah.
And he's the one but I heard a couple people say they say Islam is going to avoid it. Like he's going to try to avoid it at all costs because he doesn't want to fight him again. Because apparently like that first fight that they had, I haven't like rewatched it in a long time, but it was like really fucking close.
Styles against styles, man. Some people's styles match up very, very well against other people's. That's why I like going back on the Sean O'Malley thing. It's like, well, if Cheeto Vera does it, he has the recipe. He knows the formula to fuck up O'Malley.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only one to do it.
Yeah, people run away from that shit.
So, but as far as Dariush goes, I said it on Twitter today, and it's getting a lot of likes. He's about to get the Neil Magny treatment, dude.
He needs to get the fucking hair dye treatment.
He looks like he's 50 years old, dude.
Yeah, like he aged drastically over like 3 months. Like it's insane. Or he just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna let it go now." But I got a little salt and pepper myself, dude. But like that right there, I don't know, for some reason, when you're a UFC fighter fighting like that, I haven't seen it work out that well.
He does not look intimidating whatsoever.
Fuck no. Do you remember my old roommate Nader?
Yeah.
He looks like Nader a little bit.
He kind of does look like Nader.
But Nader's not intimidating. He's a great cook.
Great cook, not intimidating. And Dariush does not look intimidating at all. So it's like Tsarukyan, I mean, and then the fact that Tsarukyan was like calling out Charles Oliveira saying like, "Oh, well, I finished him faster than you." So it's like, I can whoop your ass. It's like, come on, dude.
Oh, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot, dude. Is he good? Yes. Now I want to see his ass get humbled.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Awesome. I want to see Charles put him in a fucking triangle and submit his ass and choke him unconscious.
God, that would be sick.
So,
no, I want to watch his head.
Or if you're Dana White, for all that shit talk, fuck yeah, feed his ass Islam. Give him a title shot.
Oh, man, no. I got to see Justin Gaethje get it first.
Maybe. It's a possibility.
I mean it's a possibility that...
But Charles is getting it next.
Yeah, so damn, it's gonna be Gaethje versus this guy.
Now,
I
if
mean,
Justin Gaethje humbles his ass, now we're talking. I'd rather see Justin Gaethje humble him than Islam, but I do feel bad for Justin Gaethje. But actually, at the end of it, I really don't know because it's not confirmed yet. Islam versus Charles isn't confirmed,
it's not, man.
so
It's
we don't
not.
really know what's going to happen here. And maybe Dana White's secret recipe he's cooking up is Justin Gaethje versus Islam at UFC 300.
Do we know, is there going to be like a surprise reveal of when 300 is getting any hints at it or anything like that?
I mean, well, all we know is UFC 300. There's an apparent super fight. That's all we know.
That's got to be a Conor McGregor.
Well, we already know Conor's more than likely going to be on 300, so I don't think that's necessarily the super fight. But the thing is about Conor, though, which makes a lot of sense, and a lot of people have said it. If Conor's on the card, there will be no other title shots.
I don't think so.
But that's what they said. They're like, Conor won't be on. He won't co-main a pay-per-view. If he's not the headliner, then he won't do it. He's too big of a name to not make him the main event. You can't put Conor McGregor as the co-main event on a card. So if he headlines UFC 300, there's not going to be a title shot on there because they're not going to allow pay-per-view points to be taken away from Conor.
What if it was categorized as a super fight?
I don't know.
Maybe that's why. I mean, there's so many things we could say, man.
What if they did Islam Conor?
Damn.
At lightweight.
That's what that just got me hype. I would love that.
Dude, that would be wild. You talking about a mega fight? That's selling out pay-per-view. That's selling out arenas. That's highest pay-per-view to date. Like, you're talking about the return of Conor McGregor against the foreshadowing of Khabib. Like or I don't even know if I use that word correctly. The fucking mimic Khabib, I guess. And then you get Islam versus Conor main event for the belt. I don't know if they do that, but if Dana White was smart and he wanted to make a super fight, that's your fucking super fight.
I'm going to jail that night. There could be so many drunk kids going to jail that night.
Yeah, because they're gonna be running the streets acting like a bunch of idiots. Like Conor McGregor's trying to fight everybody.
I'm doing it.
Hell yeah, I'm with you. We can fight in my cul-de-sac.
I want to be in a car throwing stuff out of a car.
Shooting off fireworks and shit out of the car.
Yeah.
Some little B type shit.
proper 12 all day everywhere, dude.
I feel like that's a necessity though. If you do have a Conor fight, you got to drink Proper 12 that night, right?
And we're gonna drink the stout.
Oh yeah, I'm down. I'm down with the stout. Yeah. They even have they have Proper 12 apple now too, right? There's like 2 different kinds: Proper 12 regular and Proper 12 apple.
That shit sounds dangerous. What?
That sounds really dangerous. Crown Apple was dangerous. Remember that shit?
Oh man, I had a lot of it at the casino this past weekend.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's good as fuck. And it's dangerous as fuck.
Hell yeah.
But anyways, I don't really know much about UFC 300 yet. There's really like no official like go-to announcements for it. No confirmed fights. I assume, if I had to guess, we're getting a New Year's Eve announcement.
Wow.
UFC 300 super fight.
On New Year's Eve, they're gonna say it.
New Year's Eve. I could see a New Year's Eve announcement by Dana White. You know, special breaking news, special announcement. New Year's Eve, he announces whatever super fight we got going on here.
I mean, and the thing. What better way than to be announcing Conor McGregor doing something like that? Just fitting
going into the new year, right?
That just fit. And dude, it's going to be better than the next big pay-per-view, which I think is one of the most stacked cards of the year, if not the most stacked.
296?
They're going to top that. Yeah, this is UFC 300, man. This is going to be insane.
Because we've already got up to 299, right? 297 is Strickland. 298 is O'Malley. And then 299 is Volk, right?
Yeah, they had to put the three most popular champs back to back to back, so 300 can maybe, you're right, not be a title shot because they have three of the most popular champs fighting. And then, I mean, they can sacrifice 300. If you get those three fighters out of the way, golly, there needs to be a thing where you can bet on the upcoming fights of who would fight who next.
Oh, I bet there is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I was at the casino this weekend. You could do that with, I think it was football or something like that. It's like matchmaking bets.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo.
Yeah, you could definitely do that with the UFC. On like one of them offshore accounts, I'm sure they have like potential fights, like and it'll be like fight has to happen for bet to go to qualify, but you could still bet on it, type shit. And I bet Islam Connor is one of them if I had to guess. That would be crazy though. UFC 300. If we're talking that, but I mean, then again too, who knows? Because 299 is what, January, March, May. Is it January, March, April, or I don't know how they broke that down for up to 299, but you could put, if you don't do Islam on 300, you could do Islam Charles on 298 or 299 as the co-main, or you could do, I don't know, man. I don't know how they would do that. John Jones Stipe has to be on 300.
Yeah, if that gives him enough time to recover. I don't know if it does.
Because then you're talking like John Jones Stipe co-main, Connor somebody main event.
Yeah.
The most entertaining UFC fighter of all time and the greatest UFC fighter of all time on the same card. I mean, if you want to build the big UFC 300 around something, you could do it that way.
That'd be insane.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
Insane. I just still think the whole world, nothing against Islam, like he is still, winning people's hearts over and stuff like that about how good he is, stuff like that. I think everybody still wants to see him lose, man.
Yeah, absolutely, because he hasn't truly. I mean, yeah, he beat Volk, but you got to think Volk is coming up to fight him every single time. So it's like Volk is already at a disadvantage every single time he fights Islam. Islam hasn't fought outside of Charles. He hasn't really fought like a true lightweight GOAT. I mean, Charles is definitely a lightweight GOAT, but like, let's see him fight Dustin Poirier. Let's see him fight Gaethje. Let's see him fight somebody like that, and let's really give him a run.
Oh shit! I mean, that'd be sick.
Because let's see. I want to just look at something real quick. Just this, because he won the belt against Charles, and his best fight before Charles was Bobby Green, Dan Hooker, Drew Dober, Armin Tsarukyan.
Those guys are dude.
So like,
come on.
He hasn't even fought like a true lightweight GOAT outside of Charles.
No, he hasn't, man. I always thought a good matchup would have been Dustin Poirier against him, man.
Absolutely.
Because Dustin looked. Well, Khabib kind of dominated everybody, but Dustin looked really good against Khabib. I rewatched that fight the other day.
But see, Khabib is a better wrestler than Islam, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so. But I think better strikers so far could be Islam.
Islam might be the better striker. So, I mean, if you take all this into consideration, you put Islam. If you do Islam Charles, you can't never do that fight again. If Charles wins, holy shit. But if Charles loses, can't never do that fight again. Regardless of then Charles Oliveira becomes the Max Holloway of the division. You're gonna have him fight Islam fucking 5 times before something happens. Like, nah, you can't do that. So, but I think the Volk to Poirier fight's gonna really determine if Volk is a true like top 3 GOAT of all time, even after losing to Islam twice. Because if he beats Poirier, you just gotta give him the crown, bro. He's by far best of his division already, and then now he's beat what potentially could be his demise, or he lost to Islam twice. He just came off a big TKO loss. Like before that, Volk had never seen that before.
Yeah,
so,
I like Volk in that fight.
I do too.
They're both in really good shape. They're both good at numerous things, man. You're not gonna out Volk. I think to beat Volk, you're gonna have to do some fucking crazy juju like Islam did.
Yep. And see, the thing is this whole like shit talking and like calling yourself what you are, that's not gonna work against Volk.
No way.
If there's anybody that's like mentally capable to bounce back from something, especially a loss like that, it's Volk. So I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see that. But as far as Islam right now, though, I mean, he's definitely dominant champion. But I think he's gonna find his kryptonite one day. I don't know who it is or when it'll happen, but God, if Conor McGregor comes in there and knocks him out, holy shit.
Oh yeah, man. I think if he does it, that'd be sick. If not, the super fight could maybe even be Charles versus Conor. That would be a super fight. It would get in the way of Charles trying to make a comeback right now, especially if he lost on that. Then you're done.
That's true. Now, I don't know. We'll have to see, man. We'll have to see how that goes. But all right. So next week this coming Saturday we have a 5 out of 10 fight card. Song Yadong, Chris Gutierrez. Song Yadong is a heavy favorite in that fight. I definitely think he dominates that one. I think he beats Gutierrez pretty hard, and I think Gutierrez is stepping in too, right? He's filling, right?
I think so,
if I'm not mistaken. Anthony Smith, Khalil Roundtree. I actually like Roundtree in this fight, man. I think Anthony Smith is on a decline. Should have never even really tried to redeem himself again. And speaking of guys who ain't afraid to kick someone while they're down, Roundtree knows how to properly kick someone while they're down. So I've seen him do it 100 times already. So like I like Roundtree in this fight. I really do.
Roundtree's got a different fight style, man. He's him. He's his own self, man. I've seen guys fighting.
I like him by
Smith.
TKO too.
You like him by TKO?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, Anthony Smith has been fighting forever, dude. If I could see him, I could see honestly an Anthony Smith submission.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that. And then the next fight on the card. I mean, these two guys haven't even fought in like 2 years. It feels like. I feel like like 2021 was the last time both of these guys fought.
Tim Elliott, he fought 2 months ago.
2023 January for Nascimento, and
not even 2 months ago.
No,
that's why I was shocked.
What are you talking about?
Tim Elliott.
Tim Elliott.
Yeah.
Oh, he's stepping up. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't update ESPN. That's right. Tim Elliott is now stepping up to fight him. But he hasn't fought in over a year.
Who?
Some Maderji, however you say that.
Yeah, I forgot Samaderji was even a fighter, to be honest.
Yeah, he hasn't fought in a long time. Last time he fought, Ortega was still fighting.
Damn, that was a year and a half ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, shout out to Tim Elliott stepping up. I don't know what the odds are on that. I haven't seen that. I forgot that just came out.
Yeah, man. Tim Elliott didn't look too bad his last fight. I mean, he lost, but I guess he's quickly trying to get people to forget that he lost that quickly. I mean, he lost against Mokaev, Mohamed Mokaev.
That's right.
Mokaev, who's a beast.
Yeah, but they went the distance, didn't they? Or no, he got subbed out. He got subbed out, right?
In the third. But
yeah,
at one point, Tim Elliott almost had him on numerous occasions. Actually,
that's true. That's true. I do remember watching that. I don't know now. I don't know. Might be.
Yeah, he's hungry.
I love it, dude. Take it. Fuck it. Malarkey and Hawk Prost. Hawk Prost is coming as the favorite. I could see why. I think his last fight was pretty decent, but he who was his last fight against? I remember watching it. I just don't remember who it was. Quinez decision. I mean, he can go the distance, that's for sure. I mean, out of his last 5 fights, his only losses are to Bobby Green and Dan Hooker. So,
jeez, you hear those names a lot. Being people's only losses in that division, or them like being stuck in the same category.
Yeah. And then Park and Muniz. I think this is a great fight to start the card. Like if there was a fight that I would want to see start the card, this was definitely a good one. Muniz is kind of in this slump right now and needs a redemption. Park is coming off of a win, I believe.
He's coming off like 4 wins.
Yeah, he's coming off a win against Durov.
Subbing everybody out. He's getting good at these dirty subs, bro.
So, but the thing is, though, is Muniz is also good at submissions as well. So we might just see a stand and bang type shit.
Would that be sick?
Kind of like what we saw when he fought Paul Craig, where they had to stand and bang and he got knocked out. You remember? So like,
yeah.
I mean, I think this is going to be a good fight. I don't even see this fight. I mean, I could see maybe a takedown every once in a while attempt, but knowing that both these guys are good at submissions, I don't know. We might see a stand and bang. We might see a similar fight like we did with Paul Craig.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Paul Craig got him with that second round.
Yep.
Dang.
So, but yeah, Muniz needs a bounce back. He needs a redemption fight.
Yeah, Muniz has fought better competition too, in my opinion.
And he's tall as shit. He's fucking lanky as hell. But he's built weird as shit, dude. He's like super upper body and like lanky and tall. Almost kind of looks like one of them fucking aliens from Men in Black.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the fucking worms, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He reminds me of Falco from Star Fox.
Okay.
You see it a little bit?
Yeah, I love that. But yeah, dude, he's super tall, super lanky, but kind of built. I mean, we could see a stand and bang. I wouldn't mind seeing a stand and bang. Start the night out. Prelims though, kind of dog shit.
Man, yeah, they are dog shit. But that's
this was put together like recently though, wasn't it? Like this was supposed to be the China card, right?
I'm not sure. It was the one that had the least.
This was the one that they were like, all right, cool. We got a card that's going to be in China, and then they changed it last minute and moved it to Las Vegas.
Oh, jeez.
Remember, because it was supposed to be at like 7 a.m.
Yes.
Yep. So this is it. I forgot about that. But yeah, the prelims are kind of shit. I mean, there's no real fight on here that's going to be like everybody's a heavy favorite essentially. So I'm not too hyped up about it, but everybody's looking forward to 296. I mean,
it's the last one of the year. And then the year just it's gonna top next year, this year, I think. I mean, you're starting off with a fucking fight night of Johnny Walker 2 against
Ankalaev.
Yeah, Ankalaev. And then you got Sean Strickland versus Dragus Duplessis, whatever. Like that fight is gonna be insane. That's a matchup fight right there, bro.
Yep.
Oh,
I wonder. Speaking of 296, obviously Giga Chikadze is out against Josh Emmett, so now they're like scrambling to find a replacement. I'm curious to see who that could possibly be.
Oh, I completely forgot about that, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. To make it even better, like who the fuck would you add right there?
I don't know. I mean, you got to look at a featherweight, but who could it be?
I mean, Arnold Allen?
If he'd step up and fight him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, oh man, that'd be sick. Who else do you have? It's in featherweight, right?
Featherweight, yeah.
Yeah, who else do you have in the fucking roster that's trying to make a name for themselves? And you don't really have. I mean, I guarantee you'll find a couple undefeated fighters over there, I guess. If you fought up against Arnold, Brian Ortega is still in the rankings over there.
Imagine Brian Ortega gets thrown in that shit.
That'd be sick, dude.
Yeah, John. Well, Evolov just fought, right? And he lost against Diego Lopez. Maybe Diego Lopez steps in out of nowhere and takes on Josh Emmett. That would be nuts.
Diego Lopez.
Or Bryce Mitchell.
Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah.
Oh, get the shot you deserve, Bryce Mitchell. You've been putting it in. God, that'd be a fight.
Bryce Mitchell versus Josh Emmett. I think that's too high of a jump for Bryce Mitchell right now, though, to be honest with you.
That's a big one, but I mean, shit.
So who knows, man? But there's a lot of shit going that'll happen after 296 is over. Once that shit ends, it's you don't really know, to be honest.
Yeah,
What could come out of it? I mean, imagine Colby beats Leon, then what?
oh my god, dude, I can't even think past fucking 296 right now at all. It's just this is it, dude. You have everybody on there. Everybody, dude. I wish as fans we could just fast forward over there. Fuck this whole entire fight night going on, but no, we love all these fights. We love covering it all.
Yup.
But dude, this is sick.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any more other news that I missed or may have saw. I don't think. Fresh training footage between Conor McGregor and PFL featherweight Brendan Luan.
I mean, we can't bring up the good old Mike Perry fight that happened.
Oh, bare knuckle,
UFC.
yeah.
I'm that dude.
The king of carnage, bro. The savage.
He has found himself, man, and he's recreated himself. He's already knew who he was, and now he said, let's get all the money we can get. He's good at it, dude. He's good at it.
He is. He's really fucking good at it.
Yeah, you can tell he's been scrapping in the streets a lot before this bare knuckle, man. Homie's eye, Eddie Alvarez, is that his name? I forget. I'm trying to blank. His
Alvarez,
eye, they broke his. He said he may have broke his orbital, his whole entire eye socket. Bro,
I mean, bare knuckle's dangerous, dude.
It's so dangerous, man. You got to have
dangerous.
The best plastic surgeons afterwards on hand. Like, yo, we're literally gonna cut you up. You're gonna get cut up numerous ways.
That's all I see, though, man. I don't see anything crazy that we haven't talked about already. Let's see. Oh, Robles Despain 4-0 signed to the UFC at heavyweight, coming from I want to say he came from another division or another organization. I just don't remember which one it was.
Oh shit!
He came from Fury FC. Okay.
Fury FC.
Yeah, heavyweight. He just signed.
Michael Page got signed. Did we cover that one?
I don't think he has.
Yeah, he hasn't got signed.
It's still not confirmed yet.
Damn, I got got signed to the UFC or something. But dude, there's so many fake UFC accounts.
Yeah, no. What that was is Dana White had that interview and he was talking about it and people saw it on the backdrop, like on this board in the back, like Michael Venom Page versus Kevin Holland, but it was never confirmed. It was denied.
That's what I'm thinking of, man. God, that'd be sick.
Yep. So, but yeah, that's really all I got, man. I know we're coming up on kind of I don't want to call it a bye week, but a small fight night. And then next week we're going to come out with, it's going to be a banger, dude. We're going to have full on coverage, probably hopefully get me, you and Murky on here for 296. Talk that, break that down to the fullest, have some more shit for you. If you're new or if you're just listening or if you've been listening, last week, man, I gave credit where credit was due. Shout out to our boy Murky. He's been a member of the team since day one, but now he's like an official, like true member of the Over the Octagon podcast. And he's really been doing it for us, man. He's taken over all the social media. He's been posting TikToks and YouTubes and Instagram reels like crazy. And last week, man, we hit our 15,000 view mark across all platforms. So we're creeping up on 20K. If you haven't followed us, go follow us. We're trying to drop TikToks weekly, reels weekly, everything. So we're gonna keep growing we're gonna keep growing the shit. And 2024, we're set up for some awesome shit. Like we got Cage Titan, ready to rock with us, and a couple of the guys we've already got lined up for some interviews going into 2024. So stay tuned for that. And Nasty, what else you got, bro?
Expect some more interviews coming, guys. We're catching a lot of traction with this.
I lost you for a second. There you go.
Expect a lot of more interviews coming in, guys. We have a lot of traction going our way.
I lost you again. Atlanta. It keeps cutting out. I think you're leaning either too close or too far away from your mic. You're good though now.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I expect a lot more interviews, guys. We're stoked about it.
So, but yeah, man, Nasty, that's all I got. again, go follow all the socials and support us and watch us grow. We appreciate everyone who does listen and checks us out weekly and has been following since day one. Like I said, we're only growing, man. We're not even halfway through 100 episodes yet, and we're already, producing what we have. So once we, hopefully by 100 episodes, this is a well-known thing across the podcast world. So just keep on following us. Stay tuned for more, and then let's wrap back up next week for 296 and get into the last card of the year, bro. We only got one more week, right?
One more week, man.
One more week. So Nasty, that's all I got, brother. I'll let you get back to doing you. Still early in the day. I got a lot of shit to do at home myself, so I'll catch up with you later. And then who knows, maybe end of the week, maybe we do a Sunday spar sesh. Maybe we do some fun shit. Maybe do a fun YouTube video or something. So stay tuned, locked in on that, and we'll catch up next week.
All right, boy.
All right, dude. Talk to you later.